Yeah, just really proud to see all their hard work and effort come to fruition. We knew that it was coming at some point. We just didn't know exactly the timing of it and how quickly it would get here. But watching them play and enjoy playing together is great for any coach. But like I said, I'm just mostly proud that they are seeing the benefits of all their hard work so far this season.
It's been a tale of two halves of conference. The first half you start 2-6, and then the last 8 games you've won 6 of those. What has been the light, I guess, that's come on with your team in these last 8 games that's led to this successful period?
I think we figured out how to win games. I think people take for granted that everyone knows how to win, and that's not necessarily true. But teams that win and win a great deal of the time, that tends to creep into the teams. But when you've been in a part of losing, sometimes, unfortunately, that creeps in as well. So it's just taking us time to set our mindset differently, to believe in ourselves, to, like I said, play with a little ego. And I think our kids are finally realizing and believing the things that we've been telling them all along.
You guys are 4 baskets away from 10-6, but how do you tell your team that you finish out a split this week or 2 wins or however it works out, and you guys are in Evansville? How do you push them over the finish line to get to Evansville and to get to the Ford Center?
Well, we told them with 4 games left that we had to win them all, and I believe that. And so I said if that's pressure, then that's part of it. We're not going to sugarcoat things. We put ourselves in this position by the way we played at the beginning of the season, so we've got to pull our way out of it. And the way to do that is to win these next 4 games. And they've answered the call on the first 2. Now Moorhead at Moorhead is going to be a very difficult game. We understand that. They're one of the teams that did beat us by more than 10 points. 6 of our 8 losses have been by 10 points or less. So we could be having a whole different conversation right now, not about trying to make the tournament, but about the seeding in the tournament. But that's the way things go, and we're early in the process of trying to turn this around. So we just have to attack Moorhead, play every possession like it's our last. That's what we've been talking about. That's what we've been doing, not leave anything on the floor, and then let the chips fall where they may. But we have to control our own destiny, so we've got to go out and we've got to try to win.
You've gotten a little bit of bench help in these last 2 or 3 weeks as well, 5, 6, 7 points in a few minutes. How much is that helping your team, your starters, save a little bit of legs for this last push?
Yeah, we need depth. I mean, that's something that obviously we're struggling with. But when we can get some kids to come off the bench, I think Mac's giving us good minutes off the bench. Alexis is giving us good minutes off the bench. Michaela came in the Martin game, made a big shot. So we've got some kids that we can go to and spell some of our starters for a little while. But, yeah, when you look at the amount of minutes that our kids are playing, I mean, eventually that might catch up with us, and we know that. But you play with the hand that you're dealt. I mean, we need some more recruiting classes to increase our depth, and we understand that. But we also feel like that from the beginning when they got here that we've conditioned them in a way that has prepared them for this. I mean, they are showing some fatigue, obviously, late in the game. Who wouldn't? Some of that, most of that is mental. When they get tired, sometimes mentally we make mistakes. But for the most part, our kids have been able to handle the minutes that we put on them, and we've been able to spell them. And lately we've been doing a better job. My assistants have been doing a good job of maybe giving Macy a little bit of break right before the media timeout. So she gets maybe a minute, and then she gets the media timeout and those type of things. Try to get Janika, Evelyn, and all of them just a little bit of rest when we can. But we're asking a lot of these kids, but, they're stepping up to the challenge.
Moorhead, obviously, it was a long time ago when you last played them, but they scored the most points when you guys in conference play. And since then, your defense has really stepped up to the challenge. What needs to be different in this second matchup against Moorhead for you guys to hold them under to that normal around 70-point range?
Well, we'll have to rebound the basketball. They present major problems on the offensive glass. Very athletic team, very skilled team. So we're definitely going to have to rebound and limit their opportunities. Obviously, we can't turn the ball over and give them multiple opportunities. But you go back and you watch the film from when we played them the first time, we weren't a very good defensive team that night. They got a lot of straight line drives, a lot of open threes, putbacks, those type of things that we've kind of taken away from people, in the last month or so. So hopefully we can step up defensively and rebounding and challenge them more. But ultimately, we've got to be able to score the basketball. And fortunately, this week we were able to do that. If we can continue scoring the basketball and give the defensive effort, I think we'll give ourselves a chance to win on Thursday.
What do you think has clicked offensively as of late, and what does that kind of mean for you guys going forward?
We made shots. I mean, that's all the difference in the world. I will talk to anybody in basketball, and they'll tell you the difference is when you make shots. We had the same shots early in the season. We didn't make them. We didn't finish plays. We didn't get to the foul line as much as we are. But now when we have open shots, these kids are making them. I mean, Lex and Janika are shooting the ball a lot better from three, and Evelyn is shooting the ball well from three as well. But not just three-pointers, but when we're getting opportunities to score around the basket, Crane, Evelyn doing a good job, Mac finishing around the basket, getting us extra baskets with putbacks. But when the ball goes in, it makes life so much easier, and that's the difference for us is we're making shots.
I felt like we saw on Saturday the first Macy Turley take contact finish with an and one. I know she has some and ones this season, but that's a place where I've probably seen her the most frustrated, where she's tried to go get the foul or make a basket, not get the foul, and then the ball goes in transition. How much stronger has she gotten just in her very first year?
Well, she's definitely gotten stronger. Our weight program and those type of things have helped with that, but what she's gotten is smarter. She's learned what calls she's going to get, what calls she's not going to get. The way she handles ball screen defense now from the beginning of the season is just exceptional. The way she continues her dribble, she attacks off of that. We need her to get to the foul line 8 times a game, and that's something that I've challenged her with. And so there's going to be times where she's trying to take it at them and maybe not get the call, but more times than not, I think she's going to because she's learning how to draw that foul. And so, her play has been key for us, and it's going to continue to be key for us down the stretch.
Saturday is senior day, and you have one senior, Michaela Manley. What has she meant to this program, and what has she done this year besides just a few minutes off the bench? What else has she provided this program in her last 4 years?
Well, if I had to name one person that I thought was instrumental in the culture change of this program, it would be Michaela. And her buy-in from the moment we got here has been outstanding. She is a great teammate. She is one of the kids that you can go to anytime that you need something as a coach. I mean, she and I talk a lot. She helps me check the temperature of the team. She helps me to realize maybe some things that I need to do that I'm not doing. I mean, she's just a coach's dream to have. And I think if you ask her teammates, they would tell you how much she means to them. She has been one of the best things that ever happened to our freshman class. I mean, she just took them under her wing immediately, made sure that they were comfortable trying to mix the old with the new. She's been that bridge between the two. I can't say enough about her, and she may be the most selfless player that I've ever coached as far as being on this stage, being in a program for 2 years, being a senior, and being the biggest cheerleader for the freshmen that are playing her minutes. Not very many people could do that. We will miss her in so many ways when she's not with us next year. But probably what I will miss the most is her contagious personality, her willingness to do whatever I ask her to do, and her ability to come in 30-second notice and make a difference on this basketball team. She's always ready. She's always willing. And I will forever be grateful for her making my 2 years that I have had with her, my first 2 years in this program, making them what they are because of people like her.
We talked about it a little bit before after the game, but you guys projected to finish last in the OVC. What does it mean for you guys to kind of be at this point in the season?
Well, I think that, our motto all year long has been to prove people wrong. We wanted to prove people wrong, all the doubters that didn't think that we were going to be able to compete, and the people that did vote us last. But also, people just have a stigma sometimes about the program that's not positive. And we're trying to change that. We're trying to change all that. And I told them the way you change it is you have good culture, you act the way you're supposed to, you be respectful, you play hard, and you be a team people want to get behind. And I've noticed that as the season's worn on and as we've started to win, the fans are getting here a little bit earlier. Used to it was like fourth quarter, then it's halftime. And so I told the players it's because they want to watch you play. You're fun to watch when you play hard and you play together and you play with excitement. And that's something that we've done. So we've done a lot of things in this season, in my opinion, already that have built this program and taking it to the level that we want it to. Now, for us to be able to finish out strong, get to the tournament, make a run in the tournament is exactly what we need for recruiting and for going into next year, get these kids as much experience as possible. But I'm really proud of what this group of kids has done to help build Murray State women's basketball this season.
If I had asked, you would have gotten one more win in conference play without an all-conference player. You'll have them, but in a all-world type of player in Kitchen James, as far as this school, what would you have told me at the beginning of the season?
I felt like that we had kids that could be all-conference players. I felt like Evelyn had the opportunity to be that, and that was because of what we had seen. Now, for her to be able to go out and produce like she has, I mean, you never can truly count on that, but she has done that. I thought Macy would adjust pretty well pretty quickly. I just felt like from knowing her and knowing the competition that she's played, not only on the high school level, but on the AAU level, that she would be able to do that. Janika's playing the type of basketball that I knew Janika could play. I don't know why it took so long for us to get there, but, I mean, the way she's playing right now is the way we knew she was capable of. What we didn't know is what the other complementary pieces would be able to do, the way how the young kids would react so quickly, how Crane would react to stepping up, to being a kid that we needed to produce on given nights. There were a lot of question marks going into this year. But I did know the fight of the kids that we had. I did know the talent that I thought that we had. So I knew that we wouldn't be last. Now, I didn't know where we'd finish, and I still don't know where we'll finish. We've got 2 big games this week. But my goal was for this program to take a step forward this year and be ready to go into year 3 and year 4 and possibly compete for championships. And I would say if the season ended today, our program's taken a step forward. And I'm very proud of our players and our coaching staff. I have great coaching staff. They have been very instrumental in the growth of these players.